It was a cold, rainy morning on the island of Sodor. Henry the Green Engine had been assigned to pull some heavy wagons. He was feeling tired but triumphant. Later that day, he pulled into a station with the vans. When he arrived, his driver had very exciting news for Henry. "Guess what, old boy?" said Frank. "You and me are pulling a local train across the main line. You haven't pulled a passenger train in years. You will be very useful, and the Fat Controller will let us pull the express." "Hurrah!" cried Henry, and he raced off. Next day, Henry puffed into the station to collect his coaches. They were shining with new paint as he buffered up. "This is so exciting," he said, as he waited for the guard's whistle. Soon the whistle blew, and Henry the Green Engine was off. "You're pulling us well, you're pulling us well," sang the coaches. "Hurry, hurry, hurry, hurry," panted Henry. The coaches swift and sprang along the line. But then the rain started. Henry didn't like the rain. He felt it would ruin his green paint with splendid red stripes. And so to protect them, he went into a tunnel, screeched through his funnel, and didn't come out again. Henry's crew argued with him, but the stubborn engine didn't move or leave the tunnel. "The rain will spoil my lovely green paint and red stripes," said Henry. Everyone was very cross. They told Henry, "Come on, you're such a silly engine. Just take us home." "No, I will not ruin my beautiful green paint with red stripes." The guard came and tried to shoo Henry out, but he couldn't do anything. Just then some minions arrived to try and help out. When they saw the situation, they knew they had to do something. Their first idea was to push the train. But that would never work. Henry was too heavy for them anyways. So they tried to push from the back. But Henry's brakes were strong, and he did not budge. One minion then had an idea and ran off to find Thomas. Meanwhile, Thomas was busy shunting in the yards when the minion ran up. He explained to Thomas that they needed his help to push a big green engine out of a tunnel. Thomas, just wanting to get his day over with, decided to agree to help out, though he was not too pleased about Henry being lazy and not moving at all, as he put it. They reversed to the exit of the yards. When they came to the points, the minions switched them and they were on their way. "There they are!" yelled the minion. Thomas saw this and braked. Luckily he stopped in time. The minions told him what they had to do, and Thomas buffered up. He started to push, his wheels squealing and brakes flying. But still, Henry stayed in the tunnel. Thomas puffed and he huffed, he puffed and he chuffed, but he couldn't do anything. He gave up and headed back to the yards. The minions were at a loss, and then they made one bold decision. "It must be done," said Kevin. Another engine took the passengers, whilst Henry was bricked up in the tunnel. All Henry could now do was watch the other trains rush by. He felt very sad. He felt that no one would ever see his lovely green paint and red stripes again. As time went on, engines would pass by. Edward would say, "Peep, peep, hello." And Gordon would say, "Poop, poop, poop, serves you right." Poor Henry couldn't answer. His fire had gone out. Soot and dirt from the tunnel had ruined his green paint and red stripes anyway. How long do you think Henry will stay in the tunnel until he overcomes his fear of the rain and journeys out again? I guess we'll have to wait and see, won't we?